Why you should put up your prices today. It's a bold statement. I'll explain why in just a minute. But before I do, as this is a Marketing for Owners podcast, and you've probably listened to a few, have you considered giving me a review or a rating at iTunes or at Stitcher? The reason I ask is because it is the only real feedback I get for finding out if I'm talking to you about the right things. I meet friends who listen to my podcast, which is really cool, and they say, great, like the one the other day about so and so. But the best thing they can do is to hop on iTunes and give me a rating, because it helps me, it helps people find the right thing for them, and it's good for the ego. So, iTunes, just search Marketing for Owners. If you're not subscribed, by the way, hit the subscribe while you're there. And then it will download automatically to you every day. You don't have to listen to them, but in my opinion, you ought to. It only lasts 5 minutes or so. Anyway, what we're talking about. Oh yeah, pricing. Oh gosh, and I said you'd need to put your prices up today. And why? Remember yesterday we were talking about prices and transparent pricing and so on? Well, when it actually comes down to it, the customers or potential customers don't know as much about your pricing as you think they do. I challenge you to call, say, 5 of your top customers and ask them, ones that you know, ones that you can talk to, and just say, I just wanted to know one thing, just testing something. Can you tell me how much we charge you for doing whatever it is you do for them? I would be surprised if 1 out of 5 guesses correctly, unless of course you've just obviously don't phone someone you've just sent an invoice to on that day, because that'd be cheating, and they'd win. Just a simple question, no prize, no survey, no nothing. That's it. But I honestly, I've done it before, and people don't know. I remember in the old days, I asked my wife, now my ex-wife, sorry, but she had no clue. She just had to guess, and she was way out. Whenever I've asked anybody, they haven't got the faintest idea. Now, what that tells me is that they're buying something from me that they value in other ways. Obviously, the price has to be significant, but that is not the driving reason. They know what I do and they want it. However, the price wasn't it. Now, for that reason, you are not charging enough. The reason I say that is nobody is charging enough. No one is charging their true worth. Sorry, it's a strong gust of wind. If you listen on audio and the microphone sounds blowy like wind, it's because I record these outside and a gust of wind came over the fence. Don't worry, I'll live. But so on the pricing front, in all the studies, you can Google this to your heart's content. But when you put up prices, 2 things happen. 1, nothing, as in no changes, no loss of customers. Or 2, your customers value the work that you do more greatly. Yes, because if you charge more for something, they'll think you're doing a better job. You are confident. You should charge what you're worth. And you may be thinking, but so-and-so down the corner, he's £10 cheaper, or he's $5 an hour cheaper. Let me remind you that there are many, many people who do what you do, and only one of them is the cheapest, and only one other of them is the most expensive, right? That's 2, and there's everyone else in between at all levels, and they all have customers. Go figure. How does that work? How you're thinking to yourself, yeah, but in my industry, or yeah, but we couldn't do that. Oh, yes, you can. Now, what's going to happen? Try it. Try it for some. And by the way, you're going to think, well, I've got customers who've had for 10 years, and I charge them $50 an hour. I can't suddenly charge them $60 an hour or $70. You don't have to. You charge everyone else that. So with the newer ones, they won't know, and they will pay for the value that you offer, because you're not selling on price, you're selling on value, on your service, on the wow, on the extra that you give, on your expertise, your authority, your brilliance, your customer service, everything. That's why you've got customers now. But if you charge extra, you will make more profits for the same amount of work. Or, if you lost one customer, you will make more profits for less work, because if you charge enough, you can afford to lose a customer. Would you not like to have half as many customers, do half as much work, but make the same amount of profit? If you want to do that, double your price. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous, but the number of people who've done it is astonishing. It is the scariest thing ever. My main business at Fire Protection Online, we sell fire extinguishers, intumescent safety products, safety signs, fire safety gear online. We have a commodity product. Fire extinguishers are red and shiny, and they have certain approvals. Our competitors sell very similar things to the outside, and most of them look identical. Can't tell them apart. Some even sell them from the same supplier. However, we have lots of things we do. We have bigger stocks than anyone. We give 60 days money-back guarantee, and we pay the return. And none of this 28 days, put it back in your account. All of it, 100% on the spot. In fact, in some, we refund it before we've even got it back. No quibbles. And by the way, don't tell anyone, if you came back to us after 120 days or a year, we'd still honour that 60-day guarantee. Yes, and we've done it, but we don't make that public. But we go above and beyond, and our customers know that. And so, every single year, we have a price rise. And the reason for that is because some of our suppliers will have price rises, but our staff want their wages to go up at least in line with inflation. And we wish to make better profits so we can reinvest, build a bigger business, pay the staff better wages, and do more marketing to build the business. We can only do that by putting the prices up. If you keep them the same because of inflation, you are effectively decreasing them every year. So if you put your prices up just the 2 or 3% of inflation, you're just staying the same. Put them up. We test it, we watch the analytics, didn't make any difference. And some of our prices went up 10%. No difference. Sales exactly the same. Go on, try it. And you can buy me a cup of coffee with the extra profits. Or just a thank you by email would be great. Anyway, as it's Wednesday, I want to recommend somebody for a friendly follow on Twitter. And today it's Anna Hoffman of Traffic Generation Cafe. Anna, that's spelled A-N-A, is one of my favourite bloggers. And the reason for that, she is from Eastern Europe. I just can't remember now, I'm going to insult her. Did she come in from Russia years ago? But she has built a fantastic business. It's a great blog. It has great examples, information. She tries things, she then does it, and then she talks about it. But she writes well, she's humorous, English is immaculate. And her Twitter handle is @AnnaTrafficCafe, Anna spelled A-N-A. But if you go to marketingforowners.com/podcast/128, I think it's episode 128, then you will find the links. And you'll find all the links. If the /podcast, you'll find every single podcast we've ever done in video format, fully transcribed, every link, some cheat sheets, recommendations, everything you'd ever want to know. Go and have a look. You can also subscribe to Stitcher or to iTunes. There'll be a link on the page. But go and have a look at what Anna does. Anna is excellent. She knows how to build traffic to a blog worth looking at.